Hello, viewers of Tap Repeatedly, or elsewhere, planet Earth or otherwise. Welcome to the first part of my video playthrough slash not very useful walkthrough of Dark Souls. I thought I'd skip the Asylum because that's pretty boring, pretty run-of-the-mill stuff. So, as you can see, if you see the stats I briefly brought up there, I've just started out. I usually like to run around Firelink Shrine right when I start a new character, just to grab all the souls that are laying around. And yeah, that's pretty much the only items. The souls and Petrus's sneaky little stash under the elevators around the corner there. Let's visit in a minute. I really like this stash being put here. It kind of serves two purposes. I mean, yeah, you'll see the first chest I open has a pile of homeward bones in it, which not really Petrus specific, but just there for convenience, probably for veterans who are playing the game not for the first time, so they can just pick up a few of these and make a few quick trips and homeward bone back to wherever, just to save some time. It's just one of the very many shortcuts that FromSoft have put into the game, just kind of transparently. The other items that were really interesting, Talisman and the Morningstar, obviously, kind of a subtle hint that it is Petrus's stash, because those are weapons of the clerics. But then you've got the Lloyd's Talismans and the cracked red eye orbs, which are both items concerning invasions. The red eye orbs, which permit the invasions, and the Lloyd's Talismans, which their only real use. They do have a use with some of the midden chests, but aside from that, their only use is when you're invading a player. You can hit them with a Lloyd's Talisman, and that will prevent them from using their Estus flasks. It's just an interesting little lore tidbit they stick in there. That Petrus has got this stuff stashed away. He obviously invades other humans or other undead and kills them for their souls. Presumably kills them because he's still alive, and he seems quite content with his little business of standing there doing nothing except selling miracles to strangers. So yeah, he's a shady guy. It's also kind of funny that when you find another Thorland cleric later on in the game, and she sells you her miracles at a much lower soul cost than Petrus sells his. It's just kind of another funny little item that he's kind of this greedy asshole. And you should definitely always kill him. I highly recommend killing him. Maybe not at the start of the game, but if you're about to wrap things up and you're looking for some things to do, definitely stabbing Petrus should be high on the list, because he sucks. I don't know what I was doing pointing at the firekeeper there, maybe trying to give her some kind of high five. No, I'm not going into New Londo to do anything. Or that would be pretty unwise. I'm just going to collect the Firekeeper Soul that is sitting pretty much at the beginning of the area. Because why not? It's a lot of extra free healing, and again, one of those nice little. It's. I guess you could call it another shortcut. Really, it's a shortcut to raising your the usefulness of your Estus flasks. Included by the developers. That you're obviously never going to do this on your first playthrough, because why would you know to do this unless you're reading a lot of guides? But once you have been through once, and then you're on a new game plus or a new character, they just design this open world so you can do this kind of stuff, and where you would have had no idea on your first go around, your second time through, you can just make all these short little trips at the start of a game that really take no time at all, and not a lot of effort either, and they can really improve your character. And that's pretty much one of many reasons why the developers are so popular within the Dark Souls community, because they think of simple things like this to enhance replay value. You can see the Firekeeper Soul over there. I've rolled a hunter. I was thinking about doing a warrior. So a hunter would be pretty similar, so why not? I wanted to start off with a bow and arrow, but I ended up not really bothering to use it. And as you'll see when I get into the Undead Burg, one of the undead spearmen there dropped their spear, and I just randomly decided to pick it up and start using it, even though I've never used a spear weapon, other than probably a bit of fooling around on a character and poking at the air with it to see how it worked. So yeah, I go that route, and it proves to be kind of painful. When I started this character up, I hadn't played in about 2 weeks, and it really shows. It'll show right here how sloppy I am. This is a horrible guide for anyone hoping to learn anything useful about any sort of advanced techniques about the game. I just look terrible. I can't, my timing is brutal. If you saw that, me trying to, I think that's the third, parry I just missed. Pretty terrible. And I guess that was supposed to be a threat to that guy up there. Yeah, I'm gonna come up to you and wave my sword around. Oh God. Oh wow. Yeah. That's actually the first time that's ever happened to me. I had made that jump so many times with such confidence that recently I was actually beginning to wonder if there was maybe an invisible floor there. Kind of like in the Crystal Caves. I just thought, this jump seems too easy. I've never missed it. Maybe they just make it look like it's a tricky jump, and they, put in something to artificially help you. But they really don't. It's just a generally easy jump. And me missing it just highlights how sloppy I was being. And so does that. I've died 2 times, and I'm not even in the Undead Burg yet. Maybe the most pathetic start to a character I've ever had. I'm looking around. Yeah. A joyful moment. I was looking around my... whatever you call those things. To see if there was some kind of face palm. But no dice, so I just went with joy. Because I guess those two emotions are similar. Yeah, getting really fancy and stupid, running up the steps, and I do a lot of jumping and stabbing at the undead folks in the Burg in this playthrough here. I don't know what I was doing, why I was doing that. I decided really to keep the editing to a minimum on this video, just because I thought maybe it would be funny that I'm trying to help some people out, but at the same time, I really need to help myself by not being so sloppy. This is some of the sloppiest Dark Soulsing I've ever done. And, no reason for it, really. I'm missing that rat. Oh, and I miss him and he poisons me. Oh, God. This was just embarrassing. Okay, it's here. Clearly, right there, I'm looking for the face palm, or just some kind of head shape, like, wow, what is wrong with me? I guess I decide to just take my chances with the poison and let it wear off. Yeah, I really gotta... This is shameful so far. I mean, maybe I can redeem myself. Oh, not with that move. Maybe I can redeem myself in the Undead Burg here. But it's been embarrassing so far. Just pretend you didn't see any of that. Even when I do land a few parries, I'm not getting the immediate payback that gives you that bonus. I parry them successfully finally, and then I just kind of flail wildly. It's pretty sad. But I do manage to get to the bonfire without dying, so you won't have to see me run back from Firelink Shrine. Although I'm sure that would be entertaining if I did. So, what can I say? There's not really much point to coming down this area as opposed to just passing through the fog. Ooh, I get really close to dying there. I guess the one reason to come through here is to pick up this rubbish, because why wouldn't you want a piece of rubbish? Trade it for, I think, a regular chunk of Titanite. Trying to block with my sword there. Great idea. That's one of the few times my jumping and stabbing attack actually worked as I hoped it would. It doesn't work out like that on many other occasions. A lot of jumping and missing, guys. It's just bad. There's always... I took a look at that guy there because right there, those souls I just collected, that seems to happen every time I go on this walkway. And I don't know where they're from. I think it's a couple of guys hanging off a ledge or something. But I've looked around several times, and I don't know where they are. And they always just seem to die right at that exact moment I walk past that spot. on a particular ledge, balcony, whatever it is. Pike's best friend here. He thought he would pay Tap repeatedly another visit. Again, I'm just pointing at things because apparently that's some kind of vague threat. Again, you're gonna see me get pretty sloppy here. Arrow sticking out of my arm. It's right in there. Not really affecting. Me. Okay, that wasn't a bad jump and stab. I got 2 for 1, so that was okay. I have this habit when I pick up a new item that I'm considering wearing, usually, well, I do it with anything, but specifically armor. I flick back and forth really kind of quickly to just compare all the stats on it, and it's probably going to seem like I'm crazy, but that's what I'm doing. I'm flicking back and forth as I scan each stat and weigh my options. This shield's pretty much the same as the giant pepperoni shield I just had, but I like this shield. This is one of my favorite shields in the game. It's kind of crappy, but I like how it's slim and it's got a really neat design on it. I don't pause to look at it. So if you've never seen the wooden shield, just take my word for it. Okay, you can kind of see it. I think one of these guys is going to drop a spear, and then that's where I'm really going to start, just with the random experimentation. I remember the first time I fought these guys, it seemed like I didn't know how to kick yet. I didn't know that you could kick people to break their guard, and I wasn't that good. I wasn't good at all at parrying or circling around and backstabbing. These guys are tricky to backstab anyway. But, basically, when I first encountered these guys, I wasn't good at anything, like most first-time players. And it seemed like quite a long battle with them. But, yeah, a good swift kick to the shield or chest, or that general middle area of those guys, does a nice job on them.
You seem to have your wits about you. Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls.
It'll pretty much allow you to take them out with probably 2 swipes of whatever starting weapon you have. If it doesn't, well, I'm sorry. Then I'm so sorry. Just bought my orange soapstone there, and the residence key. I took the master key as a gift because none of the other starting gifts are worth anything really. But I like to get that residence key for a few things. It lets you free Griggs of Vinheim in the lower Undead Burg, but I might not even bother with that because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to pick up any spells on this character. But in this part of the Undead Burg, the upper part, there's a house beside a little tower, and the residence key will open that up. And there's some gold pine resin in that house in a chest. And I believe there's 3 of them. And that's a really useful weapon buff, particularly for a few of the early boss fights. It's good for anything, really, but specifically, I think dragons have a weakness to lightning, which you'll get a subtle clue of that if you watch the intro video to the game where Gwyn and his army of lightning bolts pepper the dragons and tear their scales off, I think, or yeah, somehow their lightning really does a number on the dragon. So kind of subtle hint, I guess. So that would count against the gaping dragon, the evil vagina monster, little alligator guy in the depths. It does a nice job on him, particularly when he gets his little beak planted in the ground. Works really well on him. And also useful if you're inclined to kill Steerpike's #1 fan, the Hellkite Wyvern or Dragon. I don't know if it would make a difference in cutting off the tail. Not sure about that. But aside from the actual dragons, it's just pretty useful on the regular first couple of bosses too. It's very helpful against the Taurus demon in the Burg here. It's pretty helpful as well against Capra demon, although I tend to like the charcoal resin against him to get the fire damage. And the gold pine resin, though, also good against the gargoyles. They really don't like that stuff. I guess most demons, or probably people, wouldn't like being slashed by swords or other things that are imbued by lightning, so that's fair to say they don't like it. I probably wouldn't like it either. Hasn't happened to me yet. So I'm thankful for that. I'm pretty much done with this side of the Undead Burg now. Collected all the random crap. I feel compelled every new game I start. I just can't help myself to collect that crossbow. And I don't think I ever really use it. There's a few crossbow situations. Here's the first bonfire. Yeah, there's a few useful crossbow situations throughout the game, but not that many. Probably better for, I guess, trolling people, if you like to invade and troll, if that's your thing. It's not really my thing. I think because to troll people you have to, at the same time, have some amount of skill, of which I have pretty much next to none. Which should already be obvious if you've been watching this, if you have eyes. And it'll become more obvious too. This is a painfully long first episode. I do apologize for that. I foolishly, I'm gonna try to take on Havel, which I definitely don't advise if this is your first trip through the Undead Burg, or just you're a low-level character. I really, I normally would wait till I've at least got a bit of bite to my attacks before I go after Havel. But I guess I forgot. I was probably just feeling cocky because, I've been playing so excellently up until this point. I thought, why not? Let's fight Havel. But it's not going to go well. So I apologize for that. My attacks are just puny on him. I think I went down there and the first backstab I get in on him with this spear, I think it does something like 28 damage. I don't know what his hit points are. He's probably got like 1,500 hit points or something. So it's terrible. His life bar doesn't even budge. But I actually try it twice. I mean, it's entirely possible. It's not like Havel is difficult. He's time consuming if you're trying to take him on at low level, and you've really got to exercise patience, because one misstep and he'll smash you, which happens to me. Just a few drops off my stamina bar, and he's able to just smash me with his club in one hit, and I'm toast. He flattens me like a pancake. So you really gotta. It's not difficult to do. It's easy to do, but you really gotta concentrate. Clearly, I was not concentrated enough. I took a few jabs at him when I shouldn't have, and bad. It was just bad all around. And, you'll get to see that. But I guess I wanted to go down and just see if I could do it, because Havel's Ring is very useful for. It's useful for any character, but particularly when you're picking up a bit of medium weight gear, as I'm doing here. I'm flipping back and forth again, shocked by the paltry lightning defense of the leather gauntlets, but I'm going to wear them anyway, because they've got a bit of poise, and poise pretty much trumps everything. Havel's Ring is great for all characters, but especially anyone wearing medium to heavy armor. I can really improve your options if you want to pick up, whether it's a heavier piece of armor or a heavier weapon. It'll allow you to do that. And again, just one of those nice little options from FromSoft. You know, you pick up the master key. You can go down and get that ring if you like. You can get one which is just below me here, but I'm not going to bother with that. I know the Black Knight down there would kick my ass. And, even if I did manage to kill him, I don't even really care about the blue Tearstone ring. Once you have 2 other rings, it pretty much loses its usefulness. So I tend not to bother with it. I might pick it up later. I'll see how I feel. Yeah, I was really hoping to get Havel's Ring. After 2 failed attempts, I decided to just collect my souls and cut my losses. As far as the trying to kill Havel goes, just not my day. Not at all. I think I'm looking for. I was trying to see if I could see the Duke's archives from here, and it's not really possible because of that one tower they're blocking it. I'm pretty sure it's right behind me. Oh, again, the missed diving attack, and then getting nailed by the firebomb. Really sad. And I'm just kind of screwing around with the spear here. I know you can turtle behind a shield and poke people with a spear. Obviously, I'm not too interested in doing that. I might try that move a couple times, but I'm in a kicking mood, obviously, here. Really liking to kick these guys. Yeah, just getting fancy when it's really not necessary. This is one part of the game where I guess you can really get away with that stuff because there's nobody too threatening. These guys are pretty dumb. So, the Undead Burg, good place for experimentation, but yeah. You really shouldn't bore other people with it like I'm doing, because it's painful. It's painful for everyone. Painful for viewers, I'm sure. You know, not doing my ego any good. I'm still really trying to see the archives here. Don't know why. I love that roll. That's funny. Yeah, here's the residence key house that I'm not going to go into yet. Get rid of this annoying crossbow fellow. Yeah. I'm gonna go kill the guards first. That's what I'm gonna do. If you see the little backyard, no, I'm not gonna roll the camera around. Right in this house beside me, anyway. That's where I'll get my gold pine resin, and I can have some fun with the Taurus demon with that. Another. Oh. Just and then to get stabbed like that, to miss that attack, and then to be mocked with that spear going through my body. I mean, it's a good thing for me that all these guys in the burg they're probably not communicating with each other as the players of Dark Souls do, because if they were, I'm sure they'd be laughing at me, laughing at my laughable performance. There's a little pine resin chest. I would, if you've got 1,000 souls and it's a toss-up between the residence key and the bottomless box, I'd get the key for now, because the bottomless box is pretty pointless at the beginning of the game, because you don't really have that much crap to store in it. Go for the drop. I love that. The first time that got me, I just laughed at myself. I probably punched the couch and then laughed at myself. If you saw the stairs going down there that I just walked by, that's where our Black Knight friend lives. And like I said, definitely not gonna bother with him yet. Maybe not at all. Although I don't remember which weapon he drops. I think it's the sword. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going for this crystal lizard here. Oh, and this guy's a good one too. He gives me some large titanite. Yeah, some twinkling. Crapshoot with that lizard. I wish they would have just put a standard amount to drop from him, but you can get totally screwed by that lizard. He could drop maybe one sparkling and one regular shard. That's kind of lame. I don't know what I was doing staring off into space there. Probably scratching. And here's the beginning of my mistake. Don't open this door unless you're confident you've got about 10 minutes that you can just dedicate to circling around Havel and backstabbing him. Not as fun as it sounds. I know it sounds like a lot of fun. I think because I went through the rest of the burg so sloppily, I'm down on Estus too, so even you probably won't regularly get a chance to heal with Havel around, unless you've just backstabbed him, then you could get a heal in. But yeah, I should be going in here with all my Estus flasks, but I don't, because why make good decisions when you can make poor decisions? You'll see from the beginning of my little dance with Havel how easy it is to land backstabs on him. really easy guy. I find, for some reason, I can't circle around him clockwise. I have to go counterclockwise around him to really get anything. But once he does that little swap where he'll move his shield, and then he goes for a big swipe with his dragon tooth weapon there. And that's when he just leaves his back entirely open. Even though he's got the shield, it's clearly sitting on his back there. Doesn't have a real effect, unfortunately. So I'm just having my way with him. You can see his HP bar is barely moved after I think I've backstabbed him 3 or 4 times. So you've got to do this so many times without making a mistake, which, well, it's easy to not make a mistake. You know, sometimes you just get a few hits on him, and a little overconfident, a bit lazy, and then that happens. You know, half of the stamina gone, just kind of raise my shield, really sloppy, just poking around. He's got a lot of reach on that dragon tooth, so yeah. Don't mess with Havel unless you're serious about taking him seriously. I clearly wasn't. I think that's the 3rd time I've died, which is hilarious. I mean, your average Souls player should probably be able to just march from the beginning of Firelink Shrine to collect all the things they need in this area and then take up the Taurus Demon. You know, maybe in 15 minutes. I'm already pushing half an hour. It's just tragic. So this really isn't a helpful introduction, I realize, to my little walkthrough series. But I'm just gonna get through this and then open things up really afterward. But you know, gotta break a few eggs first. So this was bizarre. This fireball guy, he was just convinced that he had to hunt me down. I didn't even go up there and bother him, and he's just chucking his fireballs at me. His firebombs. Still there. I took a look, and I think he's gone, but he'll be back. I'm sure he'll be back. I'll through this routine again. I'm very sorry for that. I thought I'd show my rustiness in all of its glory. He even came down from his rooftop. I've never seen that guy do that. I have an unlimited supply of firebombs too. Like, he won't even bother to take a swing at me. Oh, there he goes. There's a swing. Oh, and if you just noticed, I just picked up some humanity there. Oh my god, I couldn't remember what humanity was called. I picked up some soft humanity. If you noticed when those last souls came into my face, or wherever you collect souls, it kind of does look like you eat souls when you get them. It's kind of creepy. I've never thought about that. You notice it's not just white pixie dust flowing up towards you. It gets kind of a little definition in the middle. You can see the blackness, and it's outlined by the white little pixie dust souls that are apparently delicious. I think there's a definitive answer on this out there somewhere, but from what I understand, first of all, you can only collect the soft humanity by killing a certain number of enemies in a given area. You can only do it if that area boss is actually still alive. You can't do it if you've taken them out, which it's just kind of fair. And I believe you can collect up to 10. What I don't know is, can you collect 10 lifetime or just at any one given time, and then could you lose all your humanity and souls and collect another 10? I don't really know. And I also don't know. I don't know if you can get them when. Oh no, you can't. Yeah, so you get them. The boss has to be alive. You have to. No, I'm undead. Wow, I'm really forgetting my stuff. Yeah, you can be hollow or not hollow. That doesn't matter. The boss has to still be there. You can't have defeated the boss yet. The other thing I don't know is if you can only get up to a total. Get up to a total of 10 soft humanity in a given area, or if you can collect 10 at any given time on top of any soft humanity you already had that wasn't from that area. That sounds too complicated. I'm just going to go with you can probably collect up to a maximum of 10 total soft humanity in a given area. Not that me settling on that answer makes it any more true, because it doesn't. So the good news is, I'm done with Havel. I'm gonna go pay him one more visit to collect my souls and then run away. I promise I'm not gonna fight him again and die embarrassingly. I've really embarrassed myself enough for one session. There is a bit of a scare though. I'm pretty sure he followed me right up to the top of the tower when I run in to get my souls. I don't know if he'll come right out, but yeah. If you do decide to take on Havel, you should be fine to run back down there, get your souls, and run away. Or even get him to come up the stairs a little bit, fall down, pick up your souls, and then hit a homeward bone to go home. He's kind of a slow guy, so you should be able to escape fine. That's not a problem. Or don't go down there and die in the first place, like a fool, which is what I did. I don't always take my own advice, but maybe I should. So, I'm doing all this stuff for a boring third time. There's like a fine invisible line somewhere, right near where that message is scrawled. If you walk a certain way, you'll pull the one guy, this guy walking up the stairs now, and if you go an inch too far, you seem to draw the second guy. It's always kind of annoying to fight two of these spear guys at once. Well, you're a low damage character. Unless you're Rambo like that. That was a good Rambo impression. Take that, you. Yeah, there's, see the stairs just on the right there. Down to Mr. Black Knight. Like I said, not gonna mess with him. And, grab my souls, and, I promise I'm only gonna die one more time. But at least it's kind of funny. It's more funny and less pathetic, although it's a little bit embarrassing. I wouldn't say pathetic, though. There's at least some value in my final death. Just follows me right down. I don't know where he was running when I get to the top, but there's footsteps going all around. I think I was wearing my headphones when I was playing this, and you can see me looking back. I'm running for my life. I was actually a bit... I was genuinely scared there. I've always kind of had a fear in games of like things creeping up from behind me. Maybe related to my real life fear when I was a kid of going into my basement and things creeping up from behind me. So, yeah, that seems like it's still unresolved, apparently. Here we go at last to battle the bull demon, as our friend Undead Merchant calls him. Undead Merchant with the great laugh. I love that guy's laugh. I'm not going to try to impersonate it because that would be really frightening. I've done that. I'm going to make a conscious effort in the Undead Parish. And whatever lies beyond that, I'm going to make a conscious effort to be a lot less sloppy, because it'll make for shorter videos, even though the odd death here and there is occasionally worthwhile. Yeah, it'll just improve things all around if I kind of smarten up. I'm gonna start off by going the cheap route. It's not really cheap. I think you're pretty much meant to do this. The game just taught you to do this against the Asylum Demon. If you come up here and see this broken wall, it's pretty obvious. If you're having trouble with this guy, I've done it many times. I'll just keep plunging on it. Plunge and climb back up the ladder and plunge again. He might smack you with his hammer a bit when you're... Oh, and there's my spine falling off the ledge. Oh, that's what I wanted to do to him. Oh well. It's always nice to fall off ledges. Laugh at yourself. Yeah, normally I would just save time and just plunge off. Probably about 3 plunges and then a few pokes. That'll do him in. I was just fed up with wasting time here, so I'm not even gonna touch anyone. I'm just gonna speed through this whole area and get right back to Mr. Taurus Demon. Oh, look at that! Even had the foresight to take this little shortcut. Look at that. The best I've played so far. When I just run past everything. Maybe I should just play running games. No. I suck at Cannibal. It's like the definition of a running game. Okay. Should do that. This is funny. I had a little... this is kind of a throwback to Demon Souls. You can see that guy's shield there. I noticed he's trying to run through the fog hopelessly. There were a few bosses in Demon Souls that you could either whittle away their health by like shooting arrows through the fog gates, because in Demon Souls the fog gates weren't legitimate fog. They were just kind of wavy water-like crap. And yeah, I thought, hey, a little throwback. I'll stab these guys through the fog. Yeah, so that was good. Anyway, here's my fight, and I'm just going to stop talking. You fool. Oh. I was trying to do that for... Wow. It seemed like forever. That may have been the most boring fight I've ever had against the Taurus Demon. I hope George Harrison made it a little more hilarious. Random, but yeah, the most boring, but definitely the most satisfying ending. That's the first time I've actually managed to get him to fall off the ledge. He didn't quite suicide. He jumped back exactly like I wanted him to, but that it was almost worth it that he didn't, just because I got to do that little spear poke and he just slid off. Oh, that was wonderful.
An adherent of the Lord of Sleep. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace
Here's our
of
good
Lord
friend
Wind,
Solaire.
to seek my very own son. Do you find that strange?
I just feel like I have to talk to him every time I see him, really.
I get that look all the time.
You could just skip all his dialogue and get your soapstone, but
Oh, aha.
where's the fun in that?
I have a
It's Solaire.
if you have a moment.
You know, and if he didn't know any better,
Our fates appear to be
he'd swear that I
intertwined.
had feelings for
A
him.
land brimming with
Ha
horror.
ha 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 ha.
Could that really be me?
In his own words.
So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
So, as Solaire handed me the white,
This pleases me greatly.
the white sign soapstone. Wow, forgetting the
We
words
are
of
a
everything.
strange being in a strange land. The
He
flow
handed
of
me
time
that, and then I
itself is
thought,
convoluted.
am I actually going
The
to use this,
centuries-old
or
fate
do I
bring it
just
out.
want to
The very fabric
kind of play / walk through offline? And I decided I'm not gonna decide one way or the other. If I feel like summoning somebody to help, I'll just do it, and I'll probably switch back and forth between playing Hollow and playing not Hollow, so I can welcome some invasions and embarrass myself further. Oh, look, it's our friend again. Always trying to steal the spotlight. Yeah, so I'll do a bit of playing offline and a bit online, and it doesn't really matter. Gonna open up the shortcut here. I love that shortcut. That was great. The first time you kick that ladder down, and then realize, oh yeah, I'm back at this bonfire. Beautiful round world. So nice and packed together. And look, see, somebody else likes the wooden shield. Well, that's gonna do it, everyone. Thank you for watching this embarrassing video, and see you in episode 2.